and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a block that is called Summer Picnic. And I went to Walmart. Again, I don't buy expensive fabrics. At least not yet. And I picked out these three. I thought they'd look all right together. Kind of like a picnic blanket and some flowers and anyways, stuff. So I got those three. Plenty of it. I decided to do this one as the middle fabric. So this block is 4.5 by 4.5. So to go with that, for what I've chosen, I picked this one is going to go on the corners. And these blocks are 2.5 by 2.5. So we're going to take, I drew a line on each one of them. I just laid my ruler corner to corner and I drew a line straight down. So we're going to do that I'm not sure what it's called, but we're going to sew these straight down and then I'll cut it and fold it over. So I'm going to do it on opposite sides. And then I'm going to trim those off and then I'll do the other two sides. So for right now, I'm going to go listen to me. I'm going to go sew this and then I'll be right back. All right, done that. Trim off my thing there. And now we're going to cut it. What to do with that? It's right there. So now I'm going to cut it on the outside and I'm just going to lay my ruler there on the 1/4 inch line and I'll just trim right down. These will go in for my scrap blanket. Do it to this side. Again, I'm just using up thread I had. A lot of people keep asking if I have the finished quilts, but I really don't, you guys. I'm putting all these into one blanket because I wanted to try all these different blocks, but I didn't want to make, it's not that I didn't want to make a quilt out of all of them. I just feel like I'd never get to try them all if I was making quilts. So now we've done that. I just ironed them out. Now I'm going to lay these at this corner and I'll pin it down. And then this side. And I'll pin it down. Again, the little pieces are 2.5 inches and the bigger square is 4.5 inches. So I'm going to go sew these and I'll be right back. All right. So the point of what I was saying is I'm just using up old thread, not old thread, but thread that I already had. I don't try to match my thread to every piece or every block because you can't really see it anyway once it's in there. If it was a gift or, you know, something I wanted to make for like an heirloom or something, then I would probably match the thread or just use white, but it's not. So we're just going to open those up. And then we just have our block again, but we have different on the outside. And I'll trim it up. Not really necessary. I just like it to look a bit uniformed. I don't do this technique a lot, so I'm really still learning it. Then we'll line up this line now that I know it's straight. And I'll just do that all the way around. Might not be super even, but I'm also not super particular. There we go, I'll use that one. It's a little on this corner, is a little off, but as long as I put that in the seam allowance, it'll be all right. I'm not worried about it. Again, if it was a gift, I would fix it. I also might not, they'd never know. Okay, so there's your middle piece. We're gonna lay that to the side. Next, we're gonna make our inside blocks on the edge. So for that, you're going to need, I'm only going to show you one because you don't need to see me do it 4 times. But you're going to need the same piece, the same fabric as your middle piece. You're going to need 8 of them that are 2.5 by 4.5. And then I chose this one These are 2.5 by 2.5. And you're going to lay those down. 4 are going to be like this. You're going to draw your line corner to corner. 4 are going to be like this. And 4 going this way. So I already did that a little bit. So to get those, then they're going to look like this. Once you sew them and clip the edge off and iron them open, they're going to look like that. So you're going to do 4 sets of those. Then you're going to take these and you're going to sew these together like this. So I'm just going to fold these. I could re-iron that one, but I'm not worried about it. So I'm just going to line them up as best I can and pin it and go stitch it down the edge. But I've also already done one of those, so I'm just going to show you what that looks like. So then you're going to have 4 pieces that look like this. I have 2 made. You're going to have 4 that look like this. So they're going to be these these middle pieces on your outside. So again, you needed 8 4.5 by 2.5 of your flower fabric or whatever middle fabric you chose, and you'll need 8 2.5 by 2.5 of, I guess it's your accent fabric, the whiter fabric. So you're going to end up with 4 of those. So next, you're going to need, let me find it, put it here somewhere. Here it is. So next you're going to need these 2 fabrics. And these are 3 by 3. And you're going to need, I think, 12. 1, 2, 3, 6. 6. You're going to make 12. You're going to need 6. So you're making half square triangles just like we have a million times before. You're going to lay your, I always use my lighter one to draw my line, and I lay it on the corner at 1/4 inch, and I draw the line on either side. And then I'll pin it and I'll sew those up. And then you'll have this. And then we're going to do, just like we always have done, we're going to cut this apart. Oh, I cut that a little off. Don't tell anybody. So these I ironed to the blue plaid. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're more comfortable with, whatever you want to do. All right. And then you're going to trim them up. You're going to trim these down to 2.5. So just like we did before, we're going to line up the diagonal as close to the edge as possible. Get rid of that, flip it around. Line up the diagonal, and this time you're going to lay the 2.5 corner right there, and you're going to line up, you're going to line up the diagonal and the 2.5, and I'll have to redo that one. I didn't cut it straight. Not a problem, just have to redo it. I'll do it later, or in a minute. So then we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to line up the diagonal as close to the edge as possible. Get rid of those. And then we're going to line up the 2.5 and the diagonal. Put these in my scrappy thing. So here's what I need to do. No, I guess I did that right. Nope, there it is. The top needs trimmed. It must have slipped on me. Okay, so now you're going to have 3 of these. Well, eventually you'll have 3 of them. Let me go sew those up and then I'll show you exactly how it'll go. All right, so now I only got 3 of them because we're only going to do 1 block, but you're going to do this 4 times. So to do this, you'll need 4 more total of this pattern, which was 2.5 by 2.5. So you're going to take this and you're going to lay it, this will be your corner, and then you're going to lay these like a little bow tie right there, but this one's going to be opposite. So now we're going to sew these two together and these two together, and then we're going to sew that together, and I'll be right back then to show you the next step. All right, so now we have all our pieces. So now what we're going to do is just lay it out. Let me move that. We are going to lay out our middle piece first, and then we'll do our corners since that's next on my list. And the corners are all the same. They have the white piece, the lighter piece going to the corner. But if you lay them all the same, they're all all go in the same direction, they're all the same. And then these will lay right here like this. So there is our block. Again, it's called the Summer Picnic. But now we're going to sew our blocks into rows. These two, and these two, and I'll be right back. All right, so I have finished it up. I went ahead and put the rows together too. The block finishes at 12.5 inches. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you liked the block. I hope you try it. And I hope it was easy for you. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.